Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your reading for, I nearly said September, January the 13th through January the 19th. Oops, wrong way around. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces for January the 13th through the 19th? One last shuffle. I've been meditating off screen and I have shuffled. Three cards. Oh, I think that's two. Yes. One more card for Pisces, please. One more card. Oh, thought that was going to come out, but it didn't. One more. There it is. There they are. You've got two. All righty then. And now we have your clarifying cards. Pisces. There's crossover here, guys. So check out your sun, moon, and rising down below. All the links to the other videos are below. And to anything else that you might want, personal readings, something like that, you know, all those links are below too. My Facebook group. Okay. Okay, these are clarifying cards for Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces for the week of January the 13th through the 19th? Please clarify. Oh, there's two. Please clarify. There we go. And please clarify. Lovely. All righty then. Let's take a look at your cards, Pisces. Okay. The first card out for you is the Two of Wands, clarified by the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Then you have the Six of Swords, clarified by the Emperor. And then you have the Five of Pentacles right next to the Four of Wands. Clarifying them both is the Temperance card. Alrighty then, Pisces. So the first card out for you is the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands, look, it's like you've got the world in the palm of your hands. He's looking out, and it's like a whole, I feel like you're going on a journey. You know, it doesn't have to be a physical journey. It can be it can be a metaphorical journey, but this is a new start to something, and the potential for something extraordinary is there because the world, he's got the world right there in the palm of his hand. He can go anywhere. Where are you going to go, Pisces? Which direction are you going to go? And what's interesting is clarifying it is the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. The Six of Pentacles is the service card. It's all about being in service for others. This is about giving to the less fortunate. It's not even less necessarily about giving money. It can be about just being there for someone, you know, go shopping for them, helping them, smiling at someone at the very least. That's service. It's like, that doesn't cost you anything. But it really is, it's not completely altruistic, because when you're helping, you receive so much in return. And right next to it is the Eight of Cups. So this is you wanting a more meaningful existence. You want something to matter. You want to make a difference in the world. You want to help people. You want to be out there in the world and really have them. It's that longing for something a lot more meaningful and fulfilling to you. This could be career-wise, but it could just be general, that you want to kind of go out there and help humanity, with the fires in Australia perhaps, or, the earthquake in Puerto Rico, and, war-torn countries, whatever it is for you. It's like you want to kind of go out there in the world and you want to help in some way. And you can do it. Of course, this is the age of Aquarius, so you can do it virtually, because Uranus is doing all kinds of things, and that's visionary and it's revolutionary. We are seeing some really crazy things coming into play, inventions, it is innovative energy. So the next card out is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is you wanting to move on, right? But there's some kind of fear there. When you want to go out there, you want adventure, you want something that's going to give you meaning and purpose in your life, right? But there's trepidation because, an apprehension because, you don't know what's in ahead of you. There's no guarantees. What if, look, it's dangerous to go out there. There's swords standing up in that boat. There could be, a leak, and, there could be rough water. But what I'm getting is that it's rough where you're at right now. Because this is, look, the water is moving here, but it's calmer there. You are headed. When the Six of Swords comes in, it's saying, get in the boat and go. Because there's calmer waters and greener pastures out there. There's more for you out there than where you are right now. And that is what the Six of Swords is saying. It's saying, move on, go. And what's interesting is you have the Emperor clarifying it. So you really kind of need to organize. You need to know what you're letting go of. And this is what's happening astrologically. Stay tuned, because right after your tarot reading is the astrology report. So it kind of will integrate and make your tarot reading a lot more meaningful and have a deeper kind of a deeper understanding of your cards. And this, the Emperor is about organizing, right? He is about clearing the decks. He's about decluttering. He's about getting rid of people, places, and things. What relationships have gone past their expiration date? What do you need? What do you need, really? Get rid of the rubbish that you've accumulated, the debris almost. What clothes have you never worn or haven't worn for 6 months? Donate. Donate your things. Go through your papers, shred them, throw them out, clear everything. Minimalism. You have to think about what you need as opposed to what you want. This is crossing your T's, dotting your I's. It's getting everything ready for your new life, right? Because we're all heading into that. We're all heading into 2020 is the transitional year. It's the hallway. And when we come out the other end, it'll be a totally new paradigm, a new way of living. We're going into the golden age of Aquarius. We are. And the next card you have, right, is the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. So the Five of Pentacles is about feeling that you're out in the cold, that you've been left out in the cold kind of thing, that maybe you don't have, you're in fear that you don't have enough money, you'll never be able to make it if you go out and do this, whatever it is that you want to do. But what's interesting, right, in this card, in the forefront, it's snow, the tree's barren, it's very cold, it's very deprivation is the overall feeling of this card. However, right in the front, there's a little spring flower. So there's hope here. And what happens is, listen, in the winter, everything looks barren, right? It's all peeled away and it's barren. But really, underneath, things are going crazy, germinating and moving and getting ready to poke up in the spring. They don't just come up in the spring. They're all formulating how they're going to push up. All the work is being done unseen, right? So things are happening underneath that you're not seeing, and there is hope. Things are going to spring up for you. You know, there's always a time of kind of restriction. That's Saturn. It's like restriction, pulling back, streamlining, economizing. You know, where have you been over consuming? You know, trim the fat, darling. Tighten the belt. Bring it in. Bring it in full so that the spring, it can burst through and flower. And you've got this lovely Four of Wands, which is a wonderful foundation, right, for what you need to go forward. You've built a foundation. You have completed something. Don't worry. This is about celebrating with loved ones. And so take this worry out. The antidote for this is gratitude. And a knowledge and hope that you know, look, the spring, hope springs eternal, right? The little spring flower is already pushing through. Look, the one thing we have to understand, right, is that there isn't any permanence. Things change. So struggling changes. It doesn't stay the same. You don't have to struggle all the time. It changes. You know, it's cyclical. You know, it's going to get better. It is going to get better for sure. You just have to understand that. We are required and we are being asked to be patient and tolerant and tenacious and determined. We just have to get through this. And we have to accept sometimes the changes. And I think of that prayer, right? That, look, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What can I change? What can't I? I can change things about me. That's what I can change. I sometimes can't change things, what's happening on the outside. I can't stop the fires burning in Australia. But what I can do is I can come together in unity with others and help, right? Like, that's what I've been reading. You know, people are talking about these wonderful experiences of community and unity and people all pulling together and they're just all helping each other, strangers helping strangers and animals, and just, when I first started talking about it, I was crying. I had to stop myself. I couldn't talk about it in the astrological report because it was early and it was the first thing, and I was too emotional about it because it's beautiful, right? We're moving into the age of Aquarius to be all inclusive, no more divisiveness. We're going to, look for the similarities. Look, we're not going to be divisive. We're not going to be looking at the differences. We're going to be more equal, more just society moving forward. It's exciting. So I say all that is have hope. Things are changing for you. They may not be changing in the time frame that you want them, but they are. And take action, move on. Do whatever you have faith to move on and do what you wish to do. It's a spiritual journey for you. And I think that if you clear the decks, sell everything that you don't need anymore. Don't hang on to, let go of it all. It's not worth anything. And I'm going to tell you where I really learned that when my mum passed away, and she had treasured this tea set, this, it was a dinner set, tea set. It was like, it was our posh. We only got it out when guests came round or when we had, special holiday dinners, and she treasured it. And, nobody wanted it. I didn't want it. None of my family wanted it. And we just ended up donating it. It's just, It's not that valuable. You value it right now, but it's not. It's no biggie. She left it behind, she died and it went on. Hopefully somebody took it and liked it. It wasn't my cup of tea. And when I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, it's the good china." It's the good china. So clarify is just let things go, is what I'm saying. Clear the deck. So clarifying this, right? These feelings are opposite, right? Celebration, deprivation. Warm and friendly, out in the cold and deprived. Abundance, deprivation. We've got to fight these energies. We've got to be somewhere in the middle. And here you have the Temperance card, right? And the Temperance mantra is everything in moderation and balance. You have to balance these two energies. You have to look, the Temperance, the angels got 1 foot in the water, that's spirituality and emotion, right? And then 1 foot on the land for for manifesting. But there's a balance here, right? There's water going from one cup to the other. There's no there's and red, this is the passion. So look, when the Temperance card comes in, there could be a tendency to overindulge. And that's where you've got to kind of trim the fat, right? And let go of things. Temper your emotions, temper your eating, temper your drinking, everything in moderation. That is your mantra, Pisces. Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for the astrology reading. It's poignant and it will put more clarity on your reading. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, and thank you for sticking around for the astrology report and to see what's happening in the celestial sky this week, the week of January the 13th through the 19th. And we start, let me put my glass on, I have to look at my notes. We start with Monday the 13th, the Sun conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn at 8:16 a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, by the way, folks. Look, this is about personal power and the ability to influence others in a way that's beneficial to you. Now, this can lead to power struggles, however, and it really depends on where this conjunction lies in your chart as to how it will play out in your life. For instance, Aries, it will happen in the 10th house, the house of career, of status, of how you're viewed in the public arena. This is about career and work, and so this will play out in that aspect. So there may be some kind of power dynamic going on at work for Aries. Now, where it lands in your chart depicts where it's going to happen for you, in which area. So this aspect will give you insights into your behavioral patterns, and you can address any kind of self-destructive behaviors. It's really about going deep and looking at your shadow side and the dark and more sinister side of life as a whole. This aspect as well can focus things like stalking and spying on your co-workers, lovers, friends. Resist the urge. I say to my clients, don't look at their emails, don't look in their wallet. If you suspect your partner of cheating, then address them directly. Don't surreptitiously go around and spy on them. Respect their privacy. It's not okay to do that. And it doesn't feel good. And, you'll probably find something. We can all find something. So don't look. I say that's dialing 1-800-PAIN. Don't do it. Now, this is also a fabulous opportunity to declutter, to clear out debris and things that you no longer need. This is about streamlining in Capricorn. We need to economize. We need to look at, it'll help us actually look at our behaviors by, are these, look, this is what happened to me when I went into my closet. This was a couple of years ago. I looked at it and I was clearing it out, and there was tons of stuff with labels on. There were hundreds of pairs of shoes that I hadn't worn and I won't wear because there's great, they're like 6-inch heels or something. So it really made me look at that sickness. Are we over consuming? We have to kind of streamline, right? We need to streamline. We need to look at, only use things or keep things that we need, that not as opposed to what we want. What do we need as opposed to what we want? That's what we need to look at here. And this is a wonderful opportunity to do that. And it's also a good opportunity to see which relationships are working. We need to be in relationships or surrounded by people who will lift us up. If someone's putting you down or you're in their company and you don't feel good about yourself, then let that relationship go. And it doesn't have to be a big dramatic, I'm never talking to you again. You can slowly, I always think of, that old movie with Dracula in, and he seems to just roll back. You can just roll back from your friends. I mean, this is a wonderful opportunity to do this. The thing is with, this is about change. There's no bones about it. It is about change, and there's nothing I can say that's going to change that. But what we can do is we can work with the energies that are available to us. We can ride the crest of the wave. Let's co-create and ride the crest of the wave. And that's how we can navigate through these difficult or, choppy waters, as we say. Now, look, on the same day, a bit later on, it's only like 2 hours later, exactly 2 hours later, the Sun conjunct Saturn. So this energy is all it's really the Sun conjuncting Saturn and Pluto, right? Conjunction, because they've just conjunct the day before, right? On Sunday. I'm actually recording this before that happens. So this is Saturday. I'm recording this, but so Saturn, the Saturn conjunction, this is a karmic conjunction. And look, this could bring great rewards for you, and success for those who've worked really hard and diligently throughout the past year. If you have let things go and not stood up to, not taking care of your responsibilities, that might come and slap you in the face and things could fall apart. That's why I said it's kind of karmic, right? So this can mean great success or overwhelming hardships. It really kind of depends on what you've been doing this last year. Now, this is also about playing by the rules. Saturn is, the lord of karma. He's like, government. He's the boss. He's the father figure. So the hierarchy, he's rules, regulations, structure. So you want to play by the rules. It's also going to kind of feel like you're taking one step forward and then 2 steps back. You feel like you're treading water and you can't get ahead. Now, don't get discouraged. Saturn slows us down, for a reason. It's sometimes to us signposts for perhaps a better way round. It may take longer. It might be the scenic route. It might be a safer route that gets you there. Have you ever, some people, there's been a plane crash and some people said, I missed that plane. I was supposed to get on it and I didn't. And, that can be Saturn stopping you from getting on there. But it can also work the other way. You can make mistakes and you can have accidents as well. So you have to, during this time, don't do anything that's dangerous. Don't do anything that's risque. Be safe. be safe. Now the sun wants to go, go, go. It's all energy. So and Saturn wants to go slow, slow, slow. Saturn wants everything done with expertise. You will need to practice patience and tolerance to navigate through this transit. So there's a lot going on, right? So now I haven't finished because that day, even a little bit later, like 3 hours later, Venus moves into Pisces. Now, whenever a planet moves into another sign, there's a huge shift in energy. And this Venus is exalted in Pisces. She can really stretch her wings and she can really express herself in Pisces. So, we may be drawn to romance, love, passion, affection, we may be more demonstrative and feel attracted and want to be touchy-feely kind of things with people, or we want to receive massages. It's a wonderful time to pamper yourself. Get a massage, get a foot massage, whatever it is. Do something that makes you feel pampered and beautiful. And it's also this is a great placement, but it's also really good for finances. So honor the divine feminine within. And we so need that because we have all this yang energy, all this outward energy. So we need to kind of go in. We need to be receptive. We need to receive that love, darling. Give me your love. This is a harmonious flowing energy. It's good vibes all the way around. So now on Thursday, we'll jump forward to Thursday. And Thursday, January the 16th, Mercury, right, moves into Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. I won't go on, don't go. I have been known to burst into song on occasion. A lot. Anyway, so this really is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We are feeling that Aquarian energy. Mercury enjoys being in Aquarius because it gives Mercury the freedom to contemplate complex subjects with unusual insight. Now, under this influence, you can deliberate matters with an unconventional approach. It's kind of like thinking outside the box. You may find your focus directed towards humanitarianism, groups and community and your tribe, like-minded people. That's what's going to really kind of make you feel fulfilled. And that's very Aquarian, right? That's Aquarian in nature. It's a good time to volunteer or join a group. And having said that, I have a Facebook group. It is Live in the Solution Astrology. And we have so much fun there. And it's so beautiful. It's a private group. You have to ask for to join, and the link to that will be in the description box below. And it's such a lovely community. It's so positive and uplifting. And every 2 weeks I do a live stream just in that group. And I look at either the full moon or the new moon, and whomever attends, I go through their chart, not their personal chart, but their horoscope, their sign, and we look at how the sign is going to receive the energy from either the full moon or the new moon. And then I also have my tarot cards on hand and answer questions there. We have a really good time there. So that's lovely. Come and join what a perfect time to join. To join the group. How amazing is that? It's like connect with the collective and feel love and feel that unity. Well, it's about getting back to oneness, isn't it? Reminding us that we are all one. Now, on Saturday, January the 18th, Mercury squares Uranus. Now, Uranus rules Aquarius. Now, Mercury is in Aquarius and it is going to square Aquarius's ruler, which happens to be in Taurus. So this is a square going on. And look, This can be shocking news or information that could affect your daily routines. You just may have to spring into action at this, at the click of a finger. It can be exciting for some and disconcerting for others. It just depends on what's going on with your own chart. With this transit, miscommunication can occur. So we have to make sure that you are not sending a text or an email to the wrong person. I've done that so many times. Really, really kind of pay attention to that. Really pay attention to details. Whatever you say can be misconstrued. People can take things personally, and vice versa. You can take things personally when somebody says something, and that might not be the intent, but that is the general kind of energy going forward. So, look, as a result of that, it's really prudent to avoid kind of important meetings like interviews or something like that during this transit, because things may be taken out of context. So you don't want to, you don't want to push the envelope there. On the upside, you could get brilliant ideas coming to you out of nowhere. Have a pen and paper handy at all times so you can write them down, because they'll be coming fast and furious and they could just disappear. Now, I do want to mention Aquarian energy because, and Uranus, because Uranus rules Aquarius. It's very innovative. So we do get these incredible ideas, and we're already seeing it playing out in the world. We are coming up with these incredible inventions, innovative ideas, and travel. I just saw, look, I didn't read the article, I'm going to confess, but I did see the headlines of a plane that can get from New York to London in just over an hour. Darling, it will arrive 4 hours before it left. Because of the time frame. I mean, fabulous, incredible things like that. The downside of this can be that the technology can disengage us personally. So it can be like you can experience virtual reality. You can experience nature and other beautiful things through virtual reality, right? But we really need to connect with nature physically. It's very important for us to, go barefoot in the soil, feel, Mother Earth and Gaia, so that we can heal the earth and the earth can heal us. So there's that danger of being detached through technology. So we have to be aware of that. Technology is incredible and wonderful. Look, I went shopping last night and I drove my car all the way there and I realized I left my wallet at home. And I'd got the cart, I was in the shop, I left, and then all of a sudden I remembered that I had Apple Pay on my phone. So I went shopping anyway. I mean, how fabulous, right? Technology is amazing. So guys, I want to thank you for staying all the way to the end. And I'd just like to mention this channel is viewer supported only. So there are ways to, of course, thanking, liking, commenting and subscribing is wonderful. And I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. But another way to support me is through my Patreon page, and check on this link here, because I post things on Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And I release these reports written on there before. Oh, I've just started to do that actually, before I record them, because I always write them first anyway. So I figured that would be really nice for my patrons to get it in written form before, with a visual, obviously, before they go out into the world. So they get, and there's different tiers and they get different, there are different reward systems, but you can be a supporter for as little as $1 a month. That's $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but I can do a whole lot with that. So that would be wonderful if you can. If you can't, don't worry. No pressure. guys. You know, I just would like to put out, I've got so many brilliant ideas, you know, this Aquarian energy, and I really want to do so many more creative things, but I'm kind of a bit restricted with what I have right here. But that's okay. I'll get there eventually. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your support, your interaction, your lovely comments, your love, and I love you all, and I'll see you next week.